Hello everyone, Storm 101 here. Today we'll be talking about the winter storm potential for Sunday into Monday of early next week. We'll do a little bit of a dive into it and see what the models are showing and express my thoughts on that system. We'll also talk a little bit about the system today and also could be a light snow maker for Thursday night into Friday. Let's first get started with visible satellite imagery. Early this afternoon and this morning, we even had some thunderstorms in eastern Kentucky. Even had plenty of sunshine out there as well. Even had a few severe warned storms out there. Had a little bit of instability. We also had plenty of shear, so you got a couple of storms that did go strong to severe. A lot of hail producers out there today had a lot of reports of pea-sized hail and even hail the size of dimes down at Liberty. And here's the radar view of that. Had a few supercells out there. Then we had this broken line of storms that went through eastern Kentucky. Most of them just brought some wind and hail. Some of these storms were rotating, but haven't heard any tornado reports or any damage out there as well. Those storms have now moved into West Virginia, where we still have a couple of warnings out there. It's getting chilly out there as well. Got temperatures in the 50s in eastern Kentucky, central and western Kentucky in the 40s, but it is getting colder out there. We have dropped into getting down into the low 40s in parts of western Kentucky, but also it is windy. This is a look at the current gusts here. This is also the Kentucky Mesnet site, by the way. Gusts generally been 25 to 35 miles an hour. But we've had a few gusts out there that got a little over 40. Highest wind gust looks to be down in Pulaski County, 51 miles an hour down there. But most of us have generally been in the 30 to 40 mile per hour range. Here's a look at the hazards across the country. It's actually mostly quiet. Most of the activities in the eastern part of the country got some scattered winter weather advisories off to the west. Have some winter storm warnings up across parts of the interior northeast. Some of that is due to the lake effect snow. And here's a closer view here. Here's our wind advisory areas in that tan shade. That goes in effect for pretty much for the rest of the afternoon. In central Kentucky, it expires at 6. Can't remember what it is in eastern and western Kentucky, but we've got a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings in West Virginia. Also got some winter weather alerts, winter weather advisories, and winter storm warnings for the higher elevations of West Virginia, Maryland, and a couple of counties into southwestern Pennsylvania as well. So let's check out the HRRR model here of this storm system here. You can see here as we go through later this afternoon here, it's going to kind of maintain intensity up in Ohio, 996 millibar low up there. We also got a pretty tight pressure gradient on the back side of it, and usually when you get a tight pressure gradient, or the isobars, which is those black lines, that means it's going to get windy out there as well. We're going to continue with these lighter showers throughout the day. That low pressure system moves off to the northeast, and then the colder air starts crashing in here as we get into later tonight, into early tomorrow. Tomorrow is the first day of 2025, New Year's Day. And you can see here, pretty bullish on the snow out there across the state. Probably a little bit overdone. This model tends to be a little bit overdone on the snow at this range of the model. So I don't think it's going to be this widespread. I would say I'll probably give it like a 60% chance for snow flurries and snow showers, mainly for central and eastern Kentucky. Lower chances the farther west that you go. I'll give Paducah maybe a 20%, 10 to 20% chance out there. And those snow flurries will probably linger into tomorrow night, into early Thursday, mainly for eastern Kentucky as well. Not really expecting any snowfall accumulations with that. We'll move on to the NAM here. There goes our first system. You can see here snow flurries, snow showers. not as widespread as the HRRR. With this, I think this is a little bit more of a realistic outcome. It's still got snow flurries even going into Thursday morning. But we move on to our next system here. We're going to have plenty of cold air in place. This is going to be for Thursday night into Friday morning. And you can see here the NAM showing a wave as of maybe some light to maybe at times moderate snow. This system here will have a little bit of a better chance to put some light accumulations, mainly on grassy surfaces, out there. And you can see it moves into eastern Kentucky by Friday afternoon. I think the best chance for accumulations would be the far, or I should say the higher elevations of far southeastern Kentucky. This is the snowfall accumulation potential from the NAM, and it's not impressive at all. Generally, maybe a coating at best, or maybe a half an inch. But far southeastern Kentucky might be able to do a little bit better than that out there as well. We can look into the high-risk Canadian as well, and a lot more enthusiastic with the snow up to the north compared to the NAM model. We can switch to precipitation type real quick and see what it shows here. There's your first system out there. Snow flurries, snow showers, just like everybody else. Yeah, a lot more enthusiastic with the snow to the north. Might be more energy associated with that system. A little bit of a stronger system means there'd be more lift out there for snow to develop. So, but I think that is an outlier for right now. But let's go on and move on and talk about what y'all been waiting for. Sunday into Monday. We're going to start off with the American model, the GFS. There goes your first system. Here comes the next system. Pretty similar to the NAM model. At least we got some model agreement. Light accumulations could be possible. Mainly, I want to say east of Interstate 65. And here comes our next system. This is getting into Sunday morning into Sunday afternoon. Some snow is trying to show up in far western Kentucky. You can also see here pretty nasty mixing event. Sleet's in the purple. Freezing rain is in the kind of that reddish color here. Of course, blue is snow. Greens and yellows is rain. And as we kind of go throughout Sunday here, here's your surface low now starting to show up here down in far northeastern Texas. That's going to be moving into parts of Arkansas in Louisiana. That's going to continue to track to the east. And meanwhile, check out all this precipitation. A lot of snow, sleet, and freezing rain that is out there. And we'll continue on to Sunday night and into Monday here. I would want to say Sunday night into Monday, as of right now, looks to be the time frame where we got to really watch here. That's probably when the storm system really gets here. And you can see here some heavy snow across southern Kentucky down into Tennessee, even stretching all the way back towards central Missouri. And we still got a nasty icing event down there in middle Tennessee as well. And there goes your surface low going down across Alabama, moving away from Tuscaloosa, moving into southern Georgia down there. And that snow even lingers into Monday night as well. So that's the GFS. One model, one solution, or one scenario. That's the far to south model here compared to the other models here. The next one we'll look into is the Canadian model. And you will see this is getting into Sunday afternoon. Okay, we got some snow trying to show up across central Kentucky. Western Kentucky got mixed bag of precipitation, sleet, transitioning into freezing rain. And you can see here your surface low is much farther north compared to the GFS. 1004 millbar low in northeastern Oklahoma. that's going to be moving eastward rather a little bit quickly. It's going to move pretty quickly on the Canadian model. This is getting into Sunday night, and here we go with this 1,005 millibar low along the Mississippi River north of Memphis. And you can see here heavy snow north of I-64, sleet along the I-64 corridor, freezing rain across southern Kentucky. And as we continue on here, that surface low tracks basically right over Kentucky. 1,006 millibar surface low looks like over Marion County by Monday afternoon. Still got plenty of snow on the north side. Still got a mixed bag of precipitation. Got some rain sneaking in here across southern and even parts of the Bluegrass region. And then you see how it moves out of the way, and then we get some snow flurries and snow showers pretty much throughout the day on Tuesday as that Arctic air comes in. And by the way, the air coming in behind this system, it's going to get cold. Highs will not get above freezing probably for at least a couple days. And then let's check out the latest European model for this system here. And this model here has been the most consistent model out of the rest. It's been very consistent with this solution here. So this is Sunday afternoon. Get heavy snow across parts of central and eastern Kentucky. Probably a little bit sharper with the gradient of the precipitation types here, from snow to freezing rain to just normal rain. 1,000 millibar low in northeastern Oklahoma. It's going to be slowly deepening as it kind of moves to the east. At least on this run here, kind of stays as 1,000 millibar low here. But you can see here heavy snow across northern Kentucky. Nasty icing event down across parts of central Kentucky back towards Owensboro, Evansville, and going as far east as Pikeville. Still got heavy snow on the north side here. Could be some severe weather in the deep south as well. Usually when we have a 1,000 or below millibar low, moving over Kentucky, there's probably going to be some severe weather ongoing across parts of the deep south. And then that low moves across southeastern Kentucky Monday morning. And then as soon as that low passes through, everybody should transition to all snow behind that surface low. So that's the three main models. GFS, Canadian, Euro, they all show the storm system, but the GFS is farthest south compared to the Canadian and the European model. Canadian and Euro is actually pretty similar. And like I said earlier, the European model is actually the most consistent model so far with system, and both the Euro and the Canadian show the worst case scenario with this. But usually at this range here, we also watch the ensembles as well to kind of give you a better idea of where the best agreement is. This is the GFS ensembles. This is the mean snowfall accumulation. Don't pay much attention to the numbers. But in these darker blue colors here, that's where it believes where most of the snow could potentially fall. It's where the best agreement here of the winter storm potential, at least on the snow side, with this system here, which does include a decent chunk of Kentucky. But if we go to ensemble precipitation type, you kind of see here there's still quite a spread within the members here. Some of them are even completely lost on as well, which probably is going to be wrong. GFS ensembles has really had a hard time finding the system here. But the model that really has had a really hard time is the European ensembles. As you can see here, the new 12Z run is coming out, and looks like the mean is just a tad bit south compared to the last run. But overall, it's pretty much the same, though the agreement is better compared to the previous run here. You can see here you got members as far north as the I-70 corridor, and members as far south as south of I-40 in Tennessee, but the mean does take it through Kentucky. So there are a couple of scenarios to this. Scenario number one. Let's go and start talking about scenarios here. Scenario number one, along the I-70 corridor, if that's the case, then we may get mostly rain out of this. But scenario two, right now with the best agreement here is scenario two. If it goes right across Kentucky here, then it's going to be a very messy, setup here for us. All precipitation types would be involved. And if it takes it down, south of I-40, then that's the snowiest solution for us here in Kentucky. Regardless of the scenarios here, somebody's going to get some significant winter weather impacts out of the system here. Either if it's going to be out of snow, ice, maybe a little bit of both. We'll see. It's way too early to talk about numbers at this range here. And it's also very important to note that this system here is still very far away. This is the GFS model. This is your 500 millibar vorticity here. There's our storm system there Monday afternoon. And I want to go back here to what it is today. And I want you guys to follow this system here as I go back here. You can see here it arrives in the Pacific Northwest on Friday. But look where it is today. Right now, as of today, it's up here. It is way out there. It is thousands of miles away from us right now. And right now the models don't really have good data with this system. So what is shown right now is probably going to change. But when that piece of energy arrives on shore in the Pacific Northwest on Friday, then models can get much better data because they shoot weather balloons into these systems here, and models can get a much better handle on the track of the system and the evolution of the system as well. So when we start to get some data in here, you might see some notable shifts in the models here probably on Saturday. System rise Friday, we probably don't get all the data until the next day. So right now it's something to watch. It's way too early to get into the specifics of this system here. The ensembles, there's good agreement with the European ensembles. GFS ensembles is a little more all over the place. So there is agreement. So taking it for what it's worth, there's a winter storm risk. I can confidently say there is a winter storm risk for Sunday and into Monday. But for right now, it's something to watch. There's a lot of moving pieces here in our atmosphere, so it could easily shift north, south, or maybe stay the same. We'll just have to wait and see. I might get another video update on this tomorrow, but also then again, after the system here passes through, it does get cold as well. We can look into that really quickly here to our 2-meter temperature anomalies here from the GFS. And this is for Friday here. Yeah, enjoy those warm temperatures today because it's going to be the last time we're going to see these 50s or even 40s for a while. And you can see here this is getting into early next week. You can see how all that cold air there, them below normal anomalies, just stick around in the east for a while. And here comes another round of some Arctic air back towards the plains here, and you can kind of see why here. You got this blocking pattern that's out here. You got ridging up here, you got another ridge here that also extends all the way down towards the west coast as well. So all that Arctic air that's up there towards the Arctic Circle is being funneled down into the lower 48. I don't know why that was hard to say, but yeah. it's going to get cold, and it's going to be that way for several days. If we don't get a big snow out of this here with this system here early next week, there will likely be more opportunities later down the road. And it looks like this harsh winter pattern is going to be around to stay for a while. But that's all I got for you guys today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you like this video, hit that like button. If you really like my channel, hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell notification so you never miss an upload. Then again, I'll have maybe push out another video tomorrow. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good day.